Have you ever felt completely drained trying to make everyone happy? Or frustrated by situations that seem out of your control? Maybe you lie awake replaying other people's words in your mind, or wonder why no one listens to your advice. What if the secret to peace of mind, stronger relationships, and more energy was just two simple words? Stick around because by the end of this video, you might see your daily challenges in a whole new light. Let me introduce you to Mel Robbins, the best-selling author and famed motivational speaker behind the Let Them Theory. Mel's work reaches millions on topics like confidence, mindset, and personal change. In this book, she doesn't bring long to-do lists or complicated self-help formulas. Instead, she offers a refreshingly practical idea born from her own struggles and backed by science. The Let Them Theory went viral for a reason. It's transforming the way people handle stress, conflict, and even their own happiness. This is the book you turn to when you're tired of giving your power away. At its heart, the Let Them Theory is all about letting go of what you can't control, other people, and turning your attention back to where your real power lies, yourself. These two little words could change everything. Here's the core message. Stop wasting your precious time and energy trying to manage other people, their opinions, their drama, their decisions. When you let them be who they are and let me choose your own response, you free yourself to actually start living your life. Let's break down the key lessons from the Let Them Theory and see how you can apply this game-changing mindset, starting today. First, the big shift. Let them. Let people think, say, and do whatever they want because they're going to anyway. Mel Robbins realized after years of trying to control every situation, and often everyone in her family, that it only led to stress and disappointment. Whether it's at work, in your friendships, or just dealing with a stranger who cuts in line, the urge to correct, fix, or convince others pulls you away from your own peace. Mel uses the story of her kids preparing for prom, obsessing over every detail, until someone simply said, just let them be. That moment was a turning point. When you let them ignore your text, let them hold their own opinions, let them make mistakes, and stop tying your feelings to their choices, you take a huge step toward emotional independence. Next time your coworker is late or your friend cancels plans last minute, remind yourself, let them. You're not responsible for their actions, and you can spare yourself the stress that comes from trying to manage what isn't yours to control. An easy way to practice? When you notice the urge to intervene, pause. Ask yourself, what if I just let them? This tiny mental question is the first step toward peace. But the shift doesn't stop there. The second part, let me, is just as important. After you say let them, you move your attention to yourself. Let me decide how I want to respond. Let me set new boundaries. Let me stay calm instead of getting dragged into drama. This is where you reclaim your power. Mel shares that so much of her own burnout came from desperately trying to win approval or explain her decisions. When she left a successful job, she was haunted by other people's judgments, until she realized, let them understand, let them gossip. I need to honor my own alignment. In your own life, this might mean letting yourself say no to another obligation, letting yourself rest when you need it, letting yourself dream bigger. Try this the next time someone criticizes your choices. Instead of defending or explaining, think, let me stay centered. Let me know my own truth. This practice trains you to put energy where it counts, on your needs, your values, your actions. Now, why does this simple theory work so well? Because it draws from deep truths in psychology and neuroscience. Research shows that about 70% of people live with chronic stress, often from things beyond their control. Our brains are hardwired to want agency, to feel in charge of our environment. But no matter how hard we try, we can't control what others think or do. The more pressure we apply, the more resistance we meet. Think about the classic family argument. One person tries to change the other, both dig in their heels, and everyone leaves angry. let them interrupts this cycle. You stop pushing, the resistance dissolves, and suddenly you're not drained by constant battles. You get your time and energy back. Let's talk about boundaries. The let them theory is actually a masterclass in healthy boundaries. Boundaries aren't about forcing others to behave. They're about honoring your own limits and letting others have their reactions. If your colleague is unhelpful, or your sibling always borrows money and never returns it, instead of trying to teach them a lesson, you let them, but you also let yourself choose your response. Maybe that means declining the next loan or simply not engaging with their complaints. You create emotional space between you and the chaos, and that's incredibly freeing. Here's another powerful tool Mel introduces, the ABC loop. When you're stuck in a people-pleasing spiral, try to apologize if needed, back off and observe, then celebrate the progress you make as you model a new response. For example, if someone is upset you said no, you might apologize for the disappointment, back off and give them space, and then quietly celebrate that you respected your own boundary. Doing this consistently builds inner strength and confidence. Remember that healthy relationships don't require you to manage other people's emotions. They require you to show up honestly as yourself. It's also important to remember that letting them isn't the same as giving up or being walked all over. Mel is clear. You're not excusing bad behavior or letting people mistreat you. Instead, you're stepping out of the role of fixer or rescuer and choosing to spend your energy in more meaningful ways. There's a reason this idea feels hard at first. Most of us grew up thinking if we cared enough, we could fix everything. But you actually show more love and respect by letting people figure things out for themselves, while you model how to take care of yourself. Applying this mindset can change everything, from family drama to the workplace. Imagine you're leading a team at work, and one member always resists new ideas. You could spend your energy fighting their attitude, or you could let them have their view, focus on your approach, and invite the rest of the team to move forward. Not only does this reduce friction, but it builds trust and autonomy. Let's recap the key lessons from the let them theory. First, let go of the illusion that you can control others. Let them be who they are. Second, reclaim your power by focusing on your thoughts, choices, and boundaries. Let me. Third, practice setting boundaries rooted in self-respect, not control. Use the ABC loop to step out of people-pleasing and grow your confidence. Remember, the energy you spend trying to manage external situations is energy you could invest in your own happiness. This mindset isn't just about reducing stress. It's about gaining the freedom and fulfillment you deserve. If these ideas resonate, imagine the possibilities if you truly applied them in your everyday life. What would it feel like to stop worrying about judgment, stop replaying arguments, and start enjoying more peace and purpose? Mel Robbins' The Let Them Theory is just the beginning. If you want to dive deeper into practical how-tos on inspiring stories, pick up the full book. And if you want more insights on personal growth, emotional boundaries, and building a mindset for success, hit subscribe, leave a comment with your own experiences, or share this video with someone who needs it. Remember, you can't control the world, but you can always choose how you show up in it.